Now, here's our latest Ask a Poll exclusive from your U.S. Capitol. Hey, how are you, ma'am?
Hey.
I was curious what you make of the hiring of David Grusch. Do you think that's gonna...
I think he's great. Yeah, I think he's... Burleson is... Obviously, he's on team with him, so I think that's going to be solid. Everybody was super...
Do you know if he gets his security clearance back?
Grusch is... that would be a Burleson question, but we're working all avenues.
Yeah. Doctors, you guys were looking at
the SCIF?
Yes, we got that confirmed for sometime in April.
In April?
Yeah.
Cool. Appreciate you. And Mellon. Thank you.
I had an interesting meeting on Capitol Hill, and one of the things that was brought up by a particular gentleman who knows of what's going on, I'm not going to say who he is, what he was able to figure out and provide us during that meeting was Russia and China have their own retrieval teams of non-human intelligence, and they have their own technologies, reverse engineered, and they're pretty much on par with what we're doing. And it's to the point to where we, as in the United States assets that deal with this, have gentleman's agreement with both countries to say if we target and shoot down NHI, whatever team gets there first gets the prize. Whatever team gets there second has to wave off.
Whoa.
And this person's a pretty high place in the government. So the fact that that was established, because that was a theory, I was like, we can't be the only people that have this in this country. But it's not even just these countries, it's this organization which is transnational. They just happen to exist in other countries that are doing the same stuff we do here.
Do you think that this could bring us together? I mean, you have rumors of like, Reagan and Gorbachev. This isn't even a rumor. Mikhail Gorbachev says in an interview with Charlie Rose that he was sitting with Reagan at some like UN event or something. And Reagan, whispers over in his ear, he says,
if the United States were attacked by someone from outer space, would you help us? I said, no doubt about it. He said, we too.
And so like, do you think there's any hope of this not being this sort of game theory dynamic, but actually sort of, creating kind of peace between the nations, or is that just totally naive?
I think the only way that we're going to get full disclosure is if we are peaceful to each other. I think if everybody puts their fucking swords down and understands that we have a bigger problem to deal with here and it's bigger than ourselves, this is the only way we're going to gain ground. The problem with this field, if you want to call it UFOs, or a community, right? I don't even consider me a part of it. I'm just somebody who saw something fucking crazy, and here you go. So there's so much division. There's so many factions with this where everybody thinks that, oh, this person's right, this person's wrong, or this doesn't make sense, or this makes sense. If everybody was to understand that we're all trying to do the same thing and we all group together, we could get so much further along with this. But everybody's like, oh, I hate this person because of this, or I heard this about this person, so, he doesn't contribute anything. We have to be uniting together to make this happen.
Yeah.
And it's the problem. I don't think it will ever happen unless everybody puts their damn swords down.
Yeah. The quote unquote UFO community, which I think it's so cringeworthy.